Imagine waking up to a life that feels lighter, where every choice you make aligns with what truly matters to you. Picture a home that breathes calm, a mind unburdened by the weight of excess, and a heart that finds joy in the smallest moments. In a world that constantly demands more stuff, more success, more noise, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, like you're drowning in a sea of clutter, obligations, and unfulfilled dreams. But what if the path to thriving isn't about adding more but about letting go, about choosing less with greater intention? Today I want to guide you through 8 lessons from Japanese minimalism, a philosophy rooted in simplicity, mindfulness, and purpose, to help you create a life that feels not just manageable, but deeply fulfilling. These lessons draw from timeless Japanese concepts like danshari, motonai, kaizen, and wabi-sabi, offering practical wisdom to transform how you live, think, and connect with the world around you. Whether you're staring at a cluttered desk, wrestling with financial stress, or searching for a sense of purpose, these ideas will show you how to strip away what weighs you down and embrace what truly matters. Let's start with the heart of Japanese minimalism, the idea that less is not deprivation, but liberation. Minimalism, in this context, isn't about owning nothing or living in an empty room. It's about curating your life, your possessions, relationships, time, and thoughts, so that everything you keep serves a purpose or brings you joy. The Japanese concept of danshari beautifully captures this. Danshari is a 3-part philosophy. Dan means to refuse, sha means to discard, and rai means to separate. Together, they urge you to say no to what doesn't align with your values, let go of what no longer serves you, and free yourself from attachment to things that clutter your life. Think about your closet, overflowing with clothes you haven't worn in years, or your schedule, packed with commitments that drain you. Danshari invites you to pause and ask, what am I holding on to that's holding me back? By refusing excess and releasing what's unnecessary, you create space, physical, mental, and emotional, for what truly enriches you. Now consider why this matters in today's world. You're bombarded daily with messages telling you to buy more, do more, be more. Social media showcases perfect homes, perfect lives, tempting you to chase an unattainable ideal. The result? A home filled with things you don't need, a calendar that leaves no room for rest, and a nagging sense that you're still not enough. Japanese minimalism offers a counterpoint. Abundance isn't found in accumulation, but in appreciation. Take the concept of motonai, a term that expresses regret for waste and respect for resources. Motonai reminds you to value what you have, whether it's a half-used notebook, a pair of worn shoes, or the time you're given each day. Instead of tossing things out thoughtlessly or buying replacements, motonai encourages conscious consumption. Repair that sweater. Use up that lotion. Plan your meals to avoid food waste. These small acts of care ripple outward, fostering gratitude and reducing the urge to overconsume. They ground you in the present, reminding you that you already have enough. Let's explore the first lesson. Refuse what doesn't serve you. This is the Dan in danshari, and it's about setting boundaries. You might feel pressured to say yes to every invitation, every sale, every trend. But each yes to something misaligned is a no to your peace, your priorities, your well-being. Start small. Next time you're tempted to buy something on impulse, ask, do I need this? Will it add value to my life? If the answer is no, walk away. Apply this to your time too. If a commitment feels like an obligation rather than a choice, politely decline. Imagine Sarah, a busy professional who felt trapped by her packed schedule. She started saying no to after-work drinks that left her exhausted and yes to quiet evenings with a book. That simple shift gave her time to reflect, to reconnect with herself. Refusing isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect that creates room for what lights you up. The second lesson is to discard with intention, the sha of danshari. Decluttering can feel daunting, especially if you're surrounded by years of accumulated stuff. But letting go isn't about loss, it's about freedom. Begin with one area, a drawer, a shelf, and sort through each item. Hold it, feel its weight, and ask, does this spark joy? Does it have a purpose? If not, thank it for its role in your life, and release it. This gratitude, inspired by Marie Kondo's approach, transforms decluttering into a ritual of respect. Consider donating usable items or recycling thoughtfully, aligning with Modernized call to avoid waste. As you clear physical clutter, you'll notice mental clarity emerging. One person I know, Tom, tackled his garage, filled with old tools and forgotten hobbies. As he let go, he felt lighter, like he was shedding old versions of himself. Your possessions tell a story about who you were. Decluttering lets you rewrite that story for who you are now. The third lesson is to separate from attachment, the Rai in Danshari. This is about loosening your emotional grip on things. You might keep a chipped mug because it reminds you of a past relationship or a gadget you might use someday. These attachments anchor you to the past or an imagined future, crowding out the present. Practice letting go by visualizing the freedom you'll gain. If you're struggling, try a 30-day challenge. Each day, release one item. Notice how it feels to create space. Over time, you'll find it easier to part with things, trusting that your worth isn't tied to what you own. This separation fosters inner peace, allowing you to live more fully in the moment. Now let's talk about the fourth lesson. Embrace imperfection through wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is the art of finding beauty in the imperfect, the incomplete, the transient. In a culture obsessed with flawless aesthetics, wabi-sabi offers relief. That scratch on your table? It's a mark of life lived. Those wrinkles on your face? They tell a story of laughter and tears. Wabi-sabi invites you to cherish the natural cycle of growth and decay. Apply this by seeking beauty in the everyday, a weathered book, a cracked teacup, a rainy afternoon. When you stop chasing perfection, you free yourself from comparison and self-criticism. Try this. Spend a day noticing imperfections around you and reframing them as unique. Write down 3 things you love about your home, flaws and all. This shift in perspective cultivates gratitude and a deeper connection to your surroundings. The fifth lesson is to practice Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous improvement. Kaizen teaches that small, consistent changes lead to big results. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Instead, focus on tiny steps toward simplicity. Maybe you spend 5 minutes daily tidying your desk or commit to one mindful purchase a week. These micro habits build momentum. For example, Lisa wanted to reduce her spending. She started by tracking every purchase for about a month, noting what was essential. Slowly, she cut out impulse buys, saving money and stress. Kaizen reminds you that progress is a journey, not a race. Pick one area, your finances, your health, your relationships, and choose one small action to improve it. Do it consistently, and watch how it transforms your life over time. The sixth lesson is to cultivate mindfulness through conscious choice. Japanese minimalism emphasizes awareness in every decision, from what you buy to how you spend your time. Mindfulness means pausing to ask, is this choice aligned with my values? Before you add something to your cart or calendar, reflect on its impact. Will it bring you closer to the life you want? This practice counters the autopilot of consumerism and busyness. Try a simple exercise. For 1 week, write down every purchase and commitment. At the end, review which ones felt meaningful and which didn't. This awareness helps you make choices that honor your priorities, fostering a sense of control and purpose. The seventh lesson is to prioritize quality over quantity. In a world of fast fashion and disposable goods, Japanese minimalism champions durability and craftsmanship. Instead of buying 5 cheap shirts, invest in one well-made piece you love. Instead of cramming your day with tasks, focus on a few that matter. This shift saves money, reduces waste, and deepens your appreciation for what you have. Think of Madanai again. By choosing quality, you respect resources and create a sustainable lifestyle. Start by auditing one category, your wardrobe, your kitchen, your hobbies. Replace low-quality items with fewer, better ones over time. You'll find that quality brings a quiet confidence, a sense that what you own is enough. The eighth lesson is to find purpose through Ikigai, your reason for being. Ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. In a minimalist life, purpose anchors your choices. Without it, simplicity can feel empty. To discover your ikigai, reflect on these questions. What activities make you lose track of time? What skills do you enjoy using? How can you contribute to others? What work sustains you? Write your answers and look for overlap. Even if you're not ready to change careers, you can weave purpose into small moments. Volunteering, creating, connecting. For instance, Maria, a teacher, found her ikigai in mentoring students, which gave her work deeper meaning. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It's about waking up with a sense of direction. As you integrate these lessons, you'll face challenges. Decluttering might stir guilt or fear of missing out. Saying no might feel uncomfortable. Imperfection might unsettle you. When these moments arise, pause and breathe. Remind yourself why you're choosing this path: for clarity, for peace, for a life that reflects who you are. Journal your feelings to process them. Talk to a friend for support. Celebrate small wins, a cleared shelf, a mindful purchase, a moment of gratitude. These victories build resilience, reminding you that change is possible. Let's contrast this approach with the alternative. Without minimalism, you might keep accumulating. More stuff, more stress, more debt. Your home becomes a storage unit, your mind a tangle of worries. You chase trends, compare yourself to others, and still feel empty. Now imagine the minimalist path, a home that feels like a sanctuary, a schedule with room for rest, a heart open to life's simple joys. The difference lies in intention. Japanese minimalism isn't about having less for the sake of less. It's about having more space, more meaning, more freedom. To bring these lessons to life, picture a typical day. You wake up in a bedroom with only what you love and need: a soft blanket, a favorite book, a photo that warms your heart. You sip tea from a cherished mug, noticing its weight, its warmth, its imperfections. Your morning is unhurried because you've said no to unnecessary tasks. At work, you focus on what aligns with your purpose, letting go of perfectionism. You come home to a space that feels calm, not chaotic. You cook a simple meal, grateful for each ingredient, mindful of waste. In the evening, you reflect on one small improvement you made: a kind word, a decluttered drawer, a moment of presence. This is what thriving looks like. Not a perfect life, but a purposeful one. Ready to start? Here's a simple plan. Day 1, choose one area to declutter: a drawer, a bag, a corner. Spend 15 minutes sorting, keeping only what serves you. Day 2, practice saying no. Decline one invitation or impulse buy, and notice how it feels. Day 3, find beauty in imperfection. Take a walk and appreciate something flawed: a cracked sidewalk, a wilting flower. Day 4, make one small Kaizen change, like organizing your desk for 5 minutes. Day 5, reflect on a mindful choice before you make it. Day 6, invest in quality, maybe a durable notebook or a meaningful experience. Day 7, journal about your ikigai, exploring what gives you purpose. Each step is small, but together they build a foundation for lasting change. As you move forward, carry this truth: simplicity is not the destination, it's the path. Every item you release, every boundary you set, every moment you savor brings you closer to a life of intention. You don't need to be perfect or have it all figured out. Start where you are. Trust that each choice, however small, is a step toward freedom, clarity, and joy. The world may shout for more, but you can choose less. Not less life, but less noise, less clutter, less striving. In that space, you'll find what you've been searching for: a life that feels like home, a heart that feels full, a purpose that lights your way. Begin today. You're ready. You're ready.